and I was just literally assaulted. Police are on their way to press charges against these men for battery. I was wearing Uggs. This is where they started trying to drag me, and I ran over here. These are also the men who stole massive amounts of money from me.
It looks like Shyla is in big trouble because she did some bad business with these two men, and she claims that everything has escalated and they've gotten physical with her. If you guys don't know who Shyla is, she used to be part of the Ace family realm because she dated Landon McBroom, Austin McBroom's little brother. They have a daughter together named Solene, and they had an incredibly messy breakup. Since the breakup, Shyla has gone on to create her brand Soulmate 88, which is inspired by her daughter, and she sells like athletic, like leisure wear. There's some shorts for like $34, and I mean they were really pricey, but it looks like she's doing a sale right now. But a sale isn't going to save her from the drama that's going on behind the scenes, and a lot of people have been complaining about Soulmate 88 and about their customer service and returning and issues with that. But what Shyla is sharing on her Instagram stories are next level, and it seems pretty dangerous to me. Before I play the clips, I'm going to read the text on each story, and here's our two guys, Byron and Danny Reyes, and she writes that their company Upshot USA and IVAS Inc. stole upward of $500,000 from me and tried to bribe me with a payment plan to pay me back. I decided to handle it legally and came to get the rest of my company's things, and they ambushed me. I wanted to be quiet about the harm, gaslighting, manipulation, and fake invoices. They are the reason I nearly lost everything for a second time. I will never ever be silenced again. I will get my justice and peace I deserve in this life.
This is insane. Do you guys remember me telling you about all my stuff being stolen? I'm here to pick up some of my fabrics and things like that, and I was just literally assaulted. Police are on their way to press charges against these men for battery. Here's my footsteps and them trying to drag this stuff literally out of my hands. I'm freaking shaking. What's a fucking panic attack? And it's crazy. These are also the men who stole massive amounts of money from me. Massive amounts. I'm at the factory that I used to make my clothes at in Los Angeles, and yeah, I can't be quiet anymore. This is literally insane. The police are on their way now, and this is crazy. This is literally crazy.
That's a really intense story, and honestly, I'm scared for Shyla because those two guys seem a little bit out of it. Plus, the police, they take their time in LA. I mean, if you put in an order for Uber Eats, it will be here way before any police or fire department or anyone else would be. But I wanted to look into these companies because Shyla brought them up on her story, writing about them. And here's an about me for Upshot USA. It looks like they are a product development and manufacturing company, so they're going to help you like create the products, put it all together, get their products from whatever country to build the designs that you have created. Here's a page about this Byron Reyes guy. Looks like it was created by him. He's the CEO. I don't know, like, what is this? Like, there should be a picture of him, but there's like just a little cartoon that says boss. Like, who is this guy even real? What is going on here? And he's the only person under people, like the only person. This seems like a really sketchy. I thought it was pretty like generic when I was looking at it first, but now that I'm looking back at it, it's like, yeah, they don't really have a lot to offer. That's why you've really got to vet the people you work with, because some of these people can put together a website and claim that they can deliver you something they cannot, which we must acknowledge that, like, Shyla's company was really successful at first. I feel like it was the customer service that kind of like let it downhill. But I mean, if this guy was part of the launch, they did their thing. In her next story, she writes, "My heart hurts so bad for his family and what they will face for their evil and greedy father's actions. His daughter is a fan, and I even FaceTimed her and gifted her things. I'm coming for everything I'm owed. The FBI will be looking into this man for international crimes. He wants to be famous, and I swear to God, I'm going to make him famous." Ooh, girl, Shyla, you need to come on the podcast. Come on the podcast. podcast. She also wrote on this next story, I prayed to God to show me why I was feeling uneasy and sick for months, and one by one, he exposed and removed every single snake in my grass. Shoot, so she's thanking God for this.
Literally shaking. You know, when people are wrong, so they're backed into a corner and they just start like trying to do anything to like get out of it. That's literally what's going on right now. And everyone's gonna know. You wanted to be famous. He used to want to be in a podcast. He used to beg me to put him on for success. This man lied on his children's lives. Emma and Connor Reyes, your father, put it on your lives that he was not lying. And then I presented him with the paperwork and he begged me. He said he was gonna sell his Rolex collection, his house, do anything he could to pay me back. And now look at him. Speak up. Yeah, now look at him. Oh, shit. Now they don't even know what to do. I'm coming after you legally, both of you. With everything. You're gonna pay. And how many people have you done this to? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out for sure.
So she's actually claiming that this CEO guy like wants to be famous. Like he wants to be famous. He wants to have a podcast. He wants to be an influencer. That is his goal, which what are these guys doing holding the phone up and recording this entire thing? I mean, maybe like we only see what Shyla like wants us to see. So maybe there's some like crazy things going on that they've recorded. And I'm sure like they could go to TMZ and like, I'm not suggesting they do this, but they could go to TMZ and they could like go and leak it. But I don't, you know, Shyla doesn't seem like she's freaking out there. It could be a lot worse. It seems like actually pretty peaceful of a situation besides like the intensity that is obviously there. There's no like physical violence that we're seeing in these video clips. But again, Shyla claims that she was harmed by these guys and she called the police. So where are the police officers at this point? In her next story, she writes, they went in my car and removed my bag and tried to drag me by the things I was holding and shutting the door on me, trying to get my fabric. Like, are you insane? It's not funny, but once you go through so much trauma, you can find the morbid humor in this stuff.
Okay, the only good thing, it's not funny, but like when you go through so many traumatic like life events, it just, everything becomes funny eventually. You know, in those like Karen videos when like someone like gets called out and then they're like older and they don't know how to react, so they just like, oh, I'm filming you back. It's not funny, but this is exactly what it is. Mind you, they've been recording me for like 45 minutes. Like I'm just standing here because I started recording them once they started literally trying to drag me, and then so they're just standing here, but you know, they don't really know what they're recording. Phone's about to die. Look, this is literally, you can see, I'm gonna show you. This is where I was wearing Uggs. This is where they started trying to drag me and I ran over here. Is that not insane? And they're just literally following me. Like they don't know what they're recording, but like kind of funny. That's not funny, but like that part was kind of funny. So sorry.
If she was touched by those men, then like they need to go to jail. Like, you know, you just don't get physical with people. You don't. Like, if Landon did that to her, then he needs to go to jail. This guy did it to her, he needs to go to jail. Like, you just don't get physical. It doesn't get to that point. It's not allowed. And it does seem like something happened in that one place where all the cardboard and all the like steps are at. Like, clearly something happened right there. Was it necessarily like some physical attack? We don't know. I'm sure there's some building footage because like everywhere has a camera nowadays. But I can see something went on, but it's not really clear because we didn't see it happen. In her next story, she writes, it had to happen. It was killing me, literally making me sick, depressed, etc. I didn't have any evidence and walked away on strictly faith. And the very next day, everybody involved in this, I guess, business started stealing and confessing to their sins and throwing each other under the bus. I guess she got all of the evidence the day before her birthday. She claims that 24 was the worst year of her life, down to the last day. So now she's cutting everything off and she will be thriving.
And don't worry, I didn't come alone. I know when people are backed into a corner, especially about money, and they realize like the gig is up, there's no telling what they'll do. I learned that from Selena, R.I.P. Okay, yeah, but I'm really grateful despite all this. This was the last chapter I had to close, like the last chapter, and this was the last step in closing that chapter, and like it's done. I had to go through it. It was terrible, but like it needed to happen. I'm already on such a better foot, like in my business without them. Like I had to completely do a 180, and yeah, all this is gonna be dropped off to my new fulfillment, my new manufacturing. Like we're good. This had to happen and get there, and this is the last. I truly believe that I had to go through like in order to really like take me to the next level for my higher self and my business higher self. So yeah.
We all want to see her thriving, but also if you've had a lot of bad luck, like I don't know if the birthday is going to change that. Maybe like step back and reassess. And I'm sure situations like this like force a person to really like look at what's going on in their life and question like who's at fault here and why am I even in this position right now? And I just looked at her Instagram. There haven't been any more stories. I'm assuming the police have arrived. There may be a police report. There may be an update. And if you guys want one, leave a comment below. And I'll see you guys in a new video soon. Bye, guys.